Welcome to Real Conversations with Patricia Baranovsky-Schneider, the podcast that takes you on a journey around the world to meet some of the most inspiring and accomplished individuals. Discover their stories, uncover invaluable business lessons from their paths to success, and gain exclusive insights on how to apply their strategies to elevate your life and business.
Hello, and welcome to Real Conversations with Patricia. I'm your host, Patty Baranovsky-Schneider. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Hany Demian, a medical doctor and visionary entrepreneur. So welcome, Dr. Hany. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Patricia, for having me.
My pleasure.
I'm a chronic pain specialist, originally from Egypt, born, raised, moved to the US and then Canada. Started my own company in Canada, Ontario. And we grew so much here in Canada. And then we moved to the US to expand and offer our patient more comprehensive care and state-of-the-art and all the new inventions.
Wow. Nice. Now tell us your journey from a medical doctor in Egypt to CEO of multiple successful companies. That's pretty remarkable. So what inspired you to transition from practicing medicine to entrepreneurship?
It's actually an interesting story, Patricia. I wanted to be in the business initially. Okay. And after graduating high school, I took my application to apply for business school in the American University in Cairo. That day, there was unfortunate event of bombing. And I stand there and seen a lot of injured people, a lot of death and whatnot. So I stayed and helped the whole day.
Wow.
So I went home, ripped my application apart, and submitted an application for medical school.
Wow.
Because my passion was not in business, was in actually medicine. And then after graduation, it's just that's really by fluke, but it was just something that really dear to me. And since then, I've been helping patients. And then I did a few businesses during that career, and it failed horribly until one day my wife said, all what you need to do, just need to do one thing and be the best of it, right? So I decided, okay, I'm going to pursue that chronic pain, became one of the top chronic pain management in Canada.
Wow.
And then get approached by my mentor, let's open clinics. And I went back and I said, no, let's open a company that will provide comprehensive care to our patient. Take them through the journey of chronic pain, spine, until they heal and go back to their lives. And we turned the medical part into a business part. And this is really when things took off. And right now we're providing this vision and this dream. We're helping patients through their journey from chronic pain, injury, spine surgery, all the way. We're not only providing comprehensive, but we're providing the best and the state of the art.
That's, pretty admirable because, nowadays it just seems in the medical world, they don't want you to get better. They just want you to stay there because there's no money in it for them, and it's sad, because I've seen people just suffer so much. And it's like, there's got to be a solution to this, but they don't want you better, like I've actually was on medication for things, and it's pretty sad because there's nothing wrong with the medication, but the insurance companies aren't making that much money on it. So they will no longer, there's nothing wrong with it. They'll no longer make the medicine. You have to go to a compound lab and have it made. It's just like our whole industry has just changed. So it's good that you're doing what's best for the patient because that's a very rare quality these days in the medical field.
It is one of our mandates actually to bring everything new to the patient. We're here to offer the patient options. And along the way, we educate the patient. This is what you can have in the Canadian market, or you have in Florida, or you have in BioSpine or pain care clinics, but there is more outside, and we can help you and direct you through this journey. And I think it's professional and moral to tell the patient that there is more that you can do, and you can actually get better.
Right. That's moral is a good point. So now tell us, as the CEO of BioSpine Institute and Pain Care Clinics, what's been your biggest challenge in leading over 350 employees, and how have you overcome it?
Culture. When we started the company, we were just physicians, right? So we didn't know we didn't know any better, right?
Right.
We needed a receptionist, let's get a receptionist. A manager, get a manager.
Right.
Operation manager when we get bigger, and so forth. We had no vision. We had no, we had it, but we never verbalized it. We never actually put it in writing.
Right.
Until one day I decided, you know what? This is not going to keep going. Let's actually put the vision, mission, values that
Right.
we had it from the beginning, but we never verbalized it. We never put it in writing. So we
Okay.
did that actually almost 5 years ago, and we were able to weave this in the fabric of the company. And it's just quite amazing now when you find um, new people that we hire and we tell them about the vision, mission, values, and they know about it, and they're happy to join a purpose-driven company.
Right.
The second challenge I had as a CEO, I fell for the myth that CEOs are the ultimate decision maker, Patricia. I did. I'm guilty with that. I used to tell them nobody turn on or turn off the light without telling me. You know what I mean? It was tough until I decided, let's do this the professional way. I went to
Right.
Harvard and get my business degree, and this is the biggest myth. CEOs are there really to set the direction of the company.
Right.
You know what I mean? And hire the people that will take it from there.
Right.
Get all the stakeholders aligned, then put resources behind that and let them go. You know what I mean? I think these two are the two biggest challenges that I had
Right.
managing this. And we grew. We became one of the purpose-driven company, and people are happy to join us and stay. I've seen employees stay longer, and yeah, we were able to retain a lot of talents
Nice.
this way just by changing the culture.
Well, it's a matter of making them feel valued, and they share your passion, because
Yeah.
it's not just a job, you're actually helping. And I think, if you find the right people that, share your passion, it's a huge accomplishment. So that's great. Now, the BioSpine Institute, it offers revolutionary microscopic back surgery with incredible results. So can you explain how this procedure works and why it's such a game changer for patients?
It is, but let me tell you first about the traditional spine surgery so people will know. So traditional spine surgery is 5 to 6 inches incision in the back. It takes 3 to 4 hours usually, where we actually cut muscles and carve bones to get to the spinal cord. It's pretty tedious. And then you're stuck at home for 3 to 4 months to recover.
Right.
While our microscopic is 5 millimeter, literally smaller than a paper cut on your finger.
Wow.
It takes 15 to 20 minutes. We don't need to cut muscles. We just separate them to get to our targeted spinal cord or disc.
Okay.
And then within 3 days, you're up and running. You can do you can do your podcast. You can go to the gym, do whatever you want, right? So the recovery is quite amazing, which means less time on the operating table, right? Means less side effects from anesthesia itself. And the recovery is much easier because we don't cut the muscles or bones, right? And this is a huge difference.
Right. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. I mean, you don't hear too much about that.
What would you choose? If
for sure.
if this is the option, right? It's quite amazing.
So many people, any type of surgery, the first thing they're thinking is, how long am I going to be out of work? I'm not going to, do I do it in the winter when the kids are home, or, in school? Yeah, wow, that's
I
great.
have a tear in my shoulder, and my best friend is orthopedic surgeon. He's been running after me for 2 years. I told him, he said, I will do it when you promise me after 3 months, I'll be back to the gym. And he couldn't. He said, it's going to take between 5 and 10 months to go back to your gym.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just it's quite a time consumed and wasted, sitting home trying to recover.
Yeah, for sure. Now, tell me, lower back pain, it's a common issue for a lot of people, myself included. So what advice do you have for individuals trying to identify when it's time to seek professional help?
The main advice, the main takeaway that I will tell people, don't live in pain. So if you have pain and you tried all the conventional ways, physiotherapy, chiropractor, osteopath, over-the-counter, didn't work, I think it's time. It's affecting your activities. It's affecting your quality of life. It's time. Whether you go to your doctor, approach a pain clinic, approach a spine surgeon or a spine clinic, You know what I mean? And this is what I tell all my patients. Why did you wait that long? If it didn't go away,
Right.
why did you wait? Because patient thinks that, oh yeah, I can live with it. Yes, you can live with it. But guess what? Yeah, if you have a disc pressing on the spinal cord, you will damage. You've got 6 months
Wow.
before the spinal cord will have a dent that cannot recover. And if you have a disc that I replace, that will actually affect the disc above it and below it. And arthritis starts within few weeks from that. So why wait?
Yeah. See, people probably wouldn't even know that. And I think, again, a lot of people would be thinking, I can't afford to take 6 months off of work. I can't,
Yeah,
So, I mean, I think if they even had a clue that there were other options out there, because, I mean, I never heard of this. I think that's amazing.
it is. It is.
Mhm.
And it changing the whole industry, right? People get scared from medical bills.
Yeah.
So that's quite cheaper from hospital stays. So you don't need to stay in the hospital and from recovery,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, for sure. Now, you've implemented diverse and equal opportunity programs in your companies. So, why is fostering diversity and inclusion important to you, and how has it impacted your organizations?
It was part of the culture change that we changed,
Okay.
Patricia. So if we take for granted that we are unequal, right? And then look for the uniqueness in each and every individual, that there is no competitor for this uniqueness. And we combine this together, right? The whole concept of combining our individual uniqueness actually unifies us. It doesn't have to divide us.
Right.
That makes us actually very strong company
Right.
that will add value to our diverse patients.
Yeah.
Right. So I start with ourselves first, because as an entrepreneur, we specialize in uniqueness.
Right.
Right. I hire an employee, I hire somebody, and I look for the uniqueness and the unique ability in that person to
Right.
place them where they will actually do well. So if I cannot do this in the company, how can I treat my clients or my patients
Right.
of a diverse base? So it's very important, and I believe that unifies us and make us way stronger, unbeatable company.
Nice.
So
It's unique because, like I remember back in the day when I started with work, there was a hierarchy of command, and the lower people on the totem pole, you were never to be seen. I don't even think the head people knew my name. It wasn't a thing back then. And I like how nowadays people are starting to include, because, it's always good to just hear opinions. Like, I eventually, as things were changing, I would work with a company and they'd have a board meeting, but instead of just having the head people, they had everybody there. And nothing was more incredible when they'd come out of the blue and say, Patty, what's your opinion on this? What would you do? You want to know what I would do? And, maybe I'm giving you, first of all, I'm learning from everybody, but now I'm giving you my thoughts because I'm from a different generation like you are. And, I'm telling you how my type of generation would respond to this. And now they're saying, wow, I didn't even think about that. So I think including everyone, it does foster a really strong company, but you're both getting value from it because, I just love when I hear other people's opinions. And I'm always that person. Why? Tell me why you do something. Maybe I think differently, and you can tell me why that's good or bad. And maybe I'll tell you why I think, and somewhere in between, you might come up with something new. So I think that's great accomplishment.
So what you're talking about is your unique ability to see things differently,
Yeah.
right? This is like invaluable. This is what makes the organization way better, right?
Yeah.
And make it way stronger. And like you said, it used to be a like hierarchy in the past, and the manager go to the manager and go to the manager, and by the time you hit the C-suite, it's all diluted and diffused. It's not like that anymore. People would like to be listened, aligned, right? And they're motivated by many more things than other than money, right? So to have this culture of and feel the purpose, why are you joining this company?
Right.
And what kind of difference you add? Because everybody wants to make a difference, right? It's not just a paycheck anymore, right? Because we learned this during COVID, right? People like rushed behind $1 extra here or there, and they're not satisfied. And we had a lot of people that wanted to come back and whatnot, right? But it is about the culture. And at the end of the day, are you satisfied with your job?
I think that's great. And I could see how it's a nice, strong business. So now tell us, as someone with both a medical degree and a business degree from Harvard, how has your unique educational background influence your approach to healthcare and business?
I think I'm privileged, Patricia. To be a doctor and see our clients or patients or consumers, whatever you call them in the business world, right? And work with them every day, know their needs, know their struggle from the journey of pain, right? It's quite priceless. It's no other than it's way better than see other CEOs that are not medical and are not practicing, and they get their feedback through surveys or C-suite or layers of management. I get this in real time, right?
Awesome.
So I can make decisions immediately. I can pivot. I can change things right away, which make the company really strong and agile. If the patient said, oh, I have a complaint or I have an idea, we look at it seriously and we sit down, I call a meeting, and we decide within a week that, okay, we're going to implement this or we're going to postpone it or what exactly we can do about it. This privilege helped me a lot during building the company, and it will help push the company forward because in real time what they need, right? so yeah, that's the difference. After this, the business side from Harvard, it really set us quite apart because Harvard teach by example. So we studied all the large companies like Facebook and whatever. So you see from there what mistakes they did, so you don't fall into it. What will fit your industry in the healthcare and your patients and your patient demographic is quite invaluable.
I think that's awesome. And, I like how you have both sides, because we always say, no matter what, like when I started a business, I know how to do what I do, but I don't know the whole hierarchy, like, copyrights and legal. And I don't know, you're kind of just thrown into something so you have both sides. So you understand, because it is a business, despite the fact that you're helping people. So having that mutual connect, that's great. So
that's why I insist to continue practice. And I've been asked by a lot of my patients and by a lot of my friends, why are you still practicing? I said, I cannot remove my finger off the pulse. It's just hard. You need to know. Yeah, you need to know. Like if the pulse is going fast, there is a problem. If there's going slow, there is a problem. If patients are not happy, I will know that in real time.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. Now tell us, the healthcare industry, it's constantly evolving. So what trends or innovations do you see shaping the future of minimally invasive surgery and chronic pain management?
I think in general, Patricia, AI will have a huge impact in the industry. Will help us make better and more accurate diagnosis. Will help us make accurate decisions for treatment, safer for the patient, right? Will help the human decision to be more accurate and more precise. Generally speaking, in healthcare, I see a huge jump in the next few years, specifically in our field into regenerative medicine, anti-aging, and preventive. For spine surgery in specific, I see a lot of advancement with AI, robotics, laser. So we're talking now about microinvasive. I think in a few years that will be obsolete, and people will be, you go in, robotics will give you diagnosis, treatment, the doctor will put all your information and will sit there and will be a laser opening and you wouldn't even see the incision. Right?
Wow.
I do believe, because I've seen robotics starting to come out in other fields, but haven't really get into the spine surgery. So I think that will be one of the things that we will see really advancement in the next few years. For chronic pain, on the other side, I believe that we'll see a new wave of regenerative medicine. So instead of actually treating the symptoms, we'll be going straight to the root of the problem. Regenerative medicine is trying to heal now DNA, fix our DNA. fix the cells, tissues, and organs. So I think that will be the biggest thing moving forward in chronic pain.
Wow. It's amazing because, I mean, I see it on TV, but obviously it's television, it's not real. But I just see, I agree with you 100% because from what I'm seeing, at least the one show I'm watching, they're doing an operation and they're on a table that's, computerized and the doctors can't see everything. They open an incision, that's where they're at. And the robot could say, okay, detour it this way because that vein is not going to allow, or even just a quick assessment of, historically, this is what's going to work as opposed to what, I think it's kind of like when they say in the business world, AI is helping. And I think it's going to help the medical field too. I think that's awesome. And people who are
I think we'll make it
involved.
way safer. We'll never get rid of doctors. I hope not.
No.
But we'll definitely make it safer.
Right. Well, it's funny because people always get nervous, but I mean, when you think about it, like sonograms and EKG, these are all computerized anyway. It's just now it's just becoming more, Yeah, I think it's great.
And they will be able to read the findings and tell you this is your diagnosis.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now younger generations are prioritizing quick, effective solutions for pain relief. So how is this trend influencing the types of treatments and surgeries offered at your clinics?
It's quite fascinating. I disagree with a lot of people saying that the younger generation are different than us. They're actually way smarter than us. They research everything, Patricia. When I go in and I have a referral or a consult with a younger person from 18 to 30, right? I know that they researched everything. So I really have to watch what I'm saying, right? Well, and it's not only this, they are very disciplined, right? And you can see this from the trends in drinking alcohol. It's going down, and fast food, right? So when you tell them this is what you're gonna do, they will do it. Yeah. And they agree with you, they will do it. Yeah. There is quite a pushback on pharmaceutical from them. Most of them, they don't like meds. Right. And most of them don't like treating symptoms. And it hit me one day when I was in consult for 18 years old. And I told them, we're going to do an epidural and you're going to come every 3 months to 6 months and whatever. I said, oh, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I said, yeah, I personally wouldn't do it for the rest of my life. Right. So you know what? Let's find a solution. So we are in our company focused on solution-driven treatments. That's right. Awesome. So that's why we were the first to adopt the microscopic surgery. They love it. And when we bought BioSpine, they're mainly focused on older generation, whatever. I said, no, younger generation will be our best bet because they want fast gratification and they want solutions. You can't tell them you're going to take needles or whatever for the rest of your life. You want it fixed. Right. So we want solution that will go to the root cause of the problem and fix it. And this is what we've been doing, and it's been great. We are the first clinics to open to adolescent pain management because we understood that and we were offering them how to fix this problem and go back to your life or college or university within weeks.
That is amazing though, because like I said, getting to the root of the problem and fixing it is like the key. And that's what everybody's always wanted. But like I said, unfortunately, the majority of doctors nowadays don't want it fixed. They just want to put a Band-Aid on it because they want you to keep coming back. But, I mean, like just for example, I've been on cholesterol pills since I'm 20 years old. I eat extremely healthy. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat greasy fry. It's just genetic. But their solution is just keep giving me pills. And I remember back then, the doctors were saying, we don't know what the long-term effects of this are. You're young. I've been on this ever since. I'm not even going to tell you my age, but it's been many, many years. And it's like, is that really the answer? I mean, but the doctors don't care. They're not. And then everything now with the insurance, they're not making enough money, so they claim. So they're doing, it's just a mess. So I'm glad that you're putting the patients first, trying to fix the problem from the root and, doing what's best for the patient. I think that's a huge, huge bonus.
It's quite amazing that you sit in front of one of the young patients and you tell them, you're going to take this pill for the rest of your life. Right. It's impossible. It's impossible. You see them after a month. No, I didn't take it. And then another month, okay, take it and come back. No, I didn't take, it's very hard. And truly, they're not going to take it.
Yeah.
The compliance for the treatment is not going to happen. And if you're able to convince them once, it's not going to happen the next time. So you have to help them find a solution.
Right.
And this is what we really, our purpose to do this, not for only the young ones, for all generation, for all our patients. We're hoping to find a solution, and we're going to keep pushing hard on this purpose and pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, just tell them, no offense, I just don't want to see you again. Yeah.
This is actually the happiest day when the patient feels better, or after the surgery, and they come and they hug you and they said, "Thank you so much. No offense," but I said, "No, don't worry. I'm not going to take it personal, but
hope I never see you again."
Yeah, good luck. That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, entrepreneurship requires taking calculated risks. So can you share a moment in your journey where taking a big risk paid off and transformed your career or business?
Comes to my mind is the biggest decision that I've made in my life, which is buying my partner. Okay. He is my friend, he is my mentor, and he taught me everything about chronic pain. But at one point, his heart wasn't in it anymore, and he wanted to do something else, right? So we decided, let's go and sell the company. And we tried, didn't work. So I went back and said, would you give me a chance? Right. Would you give me a chance? If I can raise the money, I'll buy you out. And he said, I don't want to leave you and whatnot. And then I was able to get the money. I bought him out. And it took every ounce of me to make this decision. It took me actually years to pull the plug. But for the company to grow, we needed that. We needed somebody that the heart is in the company, the vision that this can grow beyond Canada and into the US and be what it is today. And sure enough, within the first 24 months, we doubled the size of the company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's where your heart's in it.
You get the buyer's remorse initially. Say, did I make the right decision? But it's absolutely the right decision.
Good stuff. Now, what's the one key takeaway you'd like listeners to remember about managing chronic pain, staying innovative, and pursuing their own entrepreneurial dreams?
For chronic pain, don't take your back for granted.
Right.
Don't take it for granted. I know a lot of people, and I see them at the gym doing 300-pound deadlifts. I said, your back is not made for that. Yeah. No. Right. So don't take your back for granted. And if you have pain, you do not have to live with pain. Right. For innovation, I believe, like I always say, it's being a CEO or an entrepreneur, it's not an invitation to learn. Right. You're gonna have to keep learning. So it is an obligation. Once you accept this, once you open your own company, you're gonna have to keep learning, because with AI, things change so fast, Patricia. Like, when you think about it today, before implementing, it's obsolete, right? It's that day. Fast. Yeah. It's that fast, right? So keep learning. For entrepreneurs, I believe having a plan, having a vision, and believe in yourself. Right. It's very important. I've been doing this for 20 years, day in and day out, right? And we all get our doubts. But as long as you've got the vision and you get the goal, like my mentor used to say, the goal is unnegotiable. How to get there? Yeah, we can discuss this. Right. But the goal is unnegotiable. So just believe in yourself. Right.
That's awesome. I always say that with people. It's like, don't listen to somebody else, because they'll always say, oh, they'll never make it. They'll never. Believe in yourself. You would be amazed at the things you can accomplish if you believe in yourself. So I think that's
absolutely
great. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually true, right? And it should challenge you more to do it. You think that I can do it?
Right.
Okay, I will do it.
That was always my big motivation, because it's like I just knew so many people, like, I was young, I was a single mom and blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, oh, she's never. Well, just because you said that, I'm going to show you, at the end of the day, you feel even more better about yourself, because you're like, I proved everybody wrong. Yeah. Nice.
It's so fulfilling, isn't it?
100%.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah. So now
Yeah,
how could people get a hold of you and learn more about your business and what you do? And how could, because you treat people pretty much everywhere, right?
I do. I do.
Okay.
Through my website, drdemian.com.
Okay.
Instagram, we're very active on Instagram, showing
Okay.
all the new stuff that we're doing. So Dr. Hany
Nice.
Demian, LinkedIn, Hany Demian, Facebook, and soon we'll have our YouTube as well, just to
Nice.
provide an insights
Okay.
about business and medicine as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for being on the show. Again, that was Dr. Hany Demian. So thanks for listening to Real Conversations with Patricia. Never miss an episode by subscribing to the channel. So thank you again.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Real Conversations with Patricia, talking with some of the most brilliant minds on their journey to success and their recommended strategies. Please leave your feedback and visit pristineadvisors.com to get the latest and greatest business advisement on the planet. Feel free to let me know your thoughts, suggestions, and anything else you'd like me to cover. Together, we can make success happen for all.